In this video, I will show you how to log into the system and what would you get after you log in. So we start by entering the username that was provided to us and entering the password to access the system. Now, normally you would have been provided here with a login URL to a demo system where you really can do whatever you like because it's anyway a test system provided for this purpose. After you click on your credentials, you will be taken to this page, which is the physician landing page. The physician landing page is composed of two parts, the upper part and the lower part. The upper part contains the user settings, so you can access your settings and change them, change your organization, manage your associates, change your password and your PIN. You can look into your subscription and you can log out. Now, in the upper part also, you can enter any number or last name and you can find the patient that you are searching for. So this is a search text box for patients. And this is an advanced search where you can enter more criteria to narrow your search and find your patient. In this upper part also you can see your name, you can see your title, and you can see your work group and your specialty. You always see a home button wherever you are. And now if you click this button wherever you are, you will come actually to this page. On the upper part, there is this menu that if you click, you can see what we call the left panel menu. And that we will come into later. In the lower part, you can see the patient records that are incompleted. So this, in other words, is your homework list. And you can see the patients where an activity has been started but not completed. Here you can click to add a patient, a new patient that is not registered in the system. Most probably this will be done by your associates. And if you click on calendar, you will access your own calendar and you can see your own appointments and commitments. Now, when you go to this lower part, each row that you can see is actually an activity that has not been closed and that must be closed. So here we have an activity of a dental complaint for the patient named Jennifer Love. And similarly, each row represents an activity for a patient. Now, these activities are still pending and they are not closed. Therefore, you can perform certain actions on these activities, like creating prescriptions under them or creating orders under them, because if the activity is closed, you cannot add an order or add a prescription under that activity. But because this row represents both an activity and a patient, you see that you can create a new activity for the patient, or you can open the unified medical file of the patient. In other words, each row in this list represents an activity and a patient, and you can take actions towards the activity, such creating orders or prescriptions, or actions towards the patient, such as creating a new activity or accessing the unified medical file. Also, regarding the activity that is on the row, you can, once you hover over this menu icon, you can access the related forms of the activity. So you can actually open the individual forms and edit them and lock them. And if you have locked all the imperative forms, you can actually close the activity, and you will see a button that will permit you to do that. Let's see, for example, if we go to this activity that is on the first row, this activity, you do not see a closing activity menu item, which means you cannot close the activity because the forms of the activity still contains unlocked imperative forms. Means the workflow of the activity has not yet been completed. Once you complete the workflow, you will be able to see a menu of closing the activity as we see here. Also, if you did not yet perform any action with the activity, means you did not save any form, or you did not create any order or any prescription for the activity, and for some reason you needed to cancel the activity, you can do it if you see this cancellation button. If the activity does not have a cancellation button, this means that the activity has already been started in the system and cannot be cancelled, and it has to be continued and closed normally. This is it for the landing page of the physician and to the actions that can be performed during the landing page access.